Hi, Milos. All right, I'm going to do your 30-minute spiritual healing now. So, we're going to do energy work to make you feel awesome. All right, I'm going to relax and connect with your spiritual atmosphere, and then we'll just go and guide as guided by spirit through all your physical needs. I'm just relaxing and just I'm being pulled into a very relaxed state instantly. I'm experiencing what is like being you in this wheelchair, and just feeling it just I just feel confined to a wheelchair is what it feels like. I'm just waiting. I mean, I don't have right now. I'm so energetically relaxed. It's really hard to keep myself upright, right? So I am doing some energy work right now, and as I am you sitting in a wheelchair, I am pushing out massive amounts of it's just energy contamination from here way down. It's just energy block, energy garbage. It's just pushing it out like this, for all the way down. Push it out just like that. As I do that, there's some sort of spiritual essence. I mean, it's like hawking a loogie is what it looks like, and it's pushing out from here, 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 all the way down, and it's just hawking a loogie, right, of black, dark, old energy contamination, and then as it comes out, it has a odd webbing or something that's still tied to you. It kind of makes me think of a soul or something, but it's just pushing out, and then it's pushing upward even, and there's sort of a wind associated with its movement. I'm kind of following it. It's almost like a kite. You know, the kite doesn't get to decide where it goes. It's the wind that decides where the kite goes. And so it is being driven out by the willpower, the means. I mean, it is not in control of where it goes. This wind is driving it. This energy is pushing it. I'm just watching it. There's something I'm telling you. It's something playful about this. It's something that feels revitalizing and refreshing about that not being a part of you, but also the excitement of seeing where this goes. Usually I don't follow the negative energy, but they're wanting me to keep an eye on this. Because there's strings attached to you. Almost like you're a puppet. The negative energy, the hawk, the loogie look of it has strings or webbings attached to you, and it's not disconnecting. It may be separated from you right now, but it's not. We need to cut those strings so it's completely disconnected from you. You do have a sort of I don't know how you describe the nature of it, but what is I'm not going to stand for this, and I want to be in control of my own health. I mean, that's kind of the voice of it. And as that energy rumbles out, it comes out of your head, and it even pushes some energy out of your head. It's kind of a frustrated tangle that you just really want to be in control of your own health. And it's irritating to not be. And it gives you kind of an oomph, an emphasis, and a demand to, I'm done tolerating this. Feeling like it is in control of me. I am not in control of it. Like, puppet, the puppet doesn't get to decide when it moves its arms and its legs. Higher forces decide when its arms and legs get moved, and that's not the way that that's not fulfilling for you. It's not fulfilling for anybody. I'm just watching still. I'm watching through a teardrop, a scene of a man in a hospital bed. But he's smiling at me. He doesn't necessarily feel good, though, but he is distinctively smiling. All the while, I'm watching the scene through a teardrop. And it feels like it's raining. Again, more energy release from the body, and it looks like it's a metal contraption, something made out of metal, and it kind of makes me think of, if you're gonna pull something behind your truck, it's like a metal. There's metal pieces that are sort of fused together to create the contraption. It's something like that, made out of metal. It just contraption came out of this digestive region. There's a long sort of chain connected to it. It also, it really feels connected to one vertebrae or two vertebrae in the spinal column. Like it's hanging from there, like you would have an anvil dangling from a chain connected to two of your vertebrae or something. And just doing energy work to remove that. It's totally not comfortable, and it's heavy, and it pulls on you in that region. But also there's energy. You really want to feel warmth inside yourself, actual warm, loving energy inside your body, and then all over, head to toe. On the inside, it comes through in a red vapor. I mean, it's almost like the physical challenges, it just, you're tired of them, right? And in this experience of just ready to let go of it all, you are letting go of it, but it's still sort of there, lingering. It's an emotional thing. I mean, who wouldn't just seriously want to just feel the freedom to experience just love inside their body? It's something of this kind. I mean, it's like you carry an elephant on your back for 1,000 miles, and it cannot come off your back no matter what you do. You are forced to carry it no matter what the cost. Eventually, you start having breaks in the emotional experience, and the body breaking down, and the exhaustion, and there's just the frustration that you have no control. It's just forced on your back. And at the end of all of this, it's just like, I just want to feel the energy of love inside my body, because I've been carrying this thing for so long. I'm just so tired. It's like a breaking moment. And the way that you are really asking for this love energy is just, here I am, fill me up. I'm like, I'm the balloon. You actually are, you're not a lifeless balloon. You actually, plenty of filling in there, but you really want more. You're hungry for this love energy, this loving energy that you can feel holding you on the inside. They're showing me contraptions that, I mean, still like strings attached, right? And we're removing this stuff, but you're sort of on a weird, I don't know how to describe this. Here's your bed, it's like a fun house or something. There's a pulley system here, the hawk, the loogie there, the weird, contraption here, this, that, and the other thing. And it's just all these odd systems. It's like a weird circus around your hospital bed kind of look to it. And it's not a warm and cozy scene. I'm not paying attention to any of that. I'm just focusing on sharing more of this love energy with you. It really, don't look at the pulley systems, the strings, just allow yourself to feel this loving energy. There's old energies just coming out. This one looks like a really, really, really long flower. It's way oversized. It has pink petals. It's coming out stem first, not flower first, from your heart portal. There's an odd sort of webbing around you. When I pull that off, this sticky web is starting to come off as well. You're showing me your head keeps doing like rocking back and forth like this. So I'm examining what that's about. There's a brain, the brain inside is pulsating, and it's kind of getting bigger here too. And it feels like you don't have control over this. It's very annoying. I mean, you may be able to hold your head up, but it's just something about this. It feels like complete loss of self-control, and almost like, are you a human being or are you a puppet? That's kind of what this keeps coming back to. Saying love, Milos. They're saying love, Milos. That's love, Milos, or love, Milos. As in, you can love still. Doesn't matter what the body's doing, doesn't matter what it feels. You can choose to love or experience love from others. You still have that full functioning mechanism. And you desire love too. There's just so much anger inside, and the frustrating energy. I mean, you just feel really, really frustrated. You're just sick of it. But it's amazing how you're wanting to help me heal you. I mean, you really are involved in this because you're pushing out more old energy, and it's coming straight out of the top of the shoulders. It's kind of like a Play-Doh thing. Put the Play-Doh in, you push the thing, and now we squeeze out, Play-Doh French fries or something. I mean, you're squeezing out just old energy coming straight up from here, and it looks like yellow Play-Doh. You are doing it yourself. You are pushing out energy from the middle and the spinal column. But you say, I have no control over these pulley systems and contraptions in my room. It's sort of like you are the marble, you're the ball in the pinball machine. Excuse me. You are the ball in the pinball machine. You don't get to decide. Some part of it is, the player gets to flip the the piece that you go flying wherever you're meant to fly next, but you don't get to choose how this pinball game turns out. It is under some higher control. And that's kind of this contraption too, is like the pinball machine. And you are the ball. Your soul has a moment of just real mad and then screaming. It just frustration is the only way you describe it. You're saying, what do you think it's like to look out of the eyes of a living being and not being able to move the parts? It's just real paralysis type of experience. You're alive inside of a shell. You can't move anything. What do you think that feels like? Just to have eyes that blink and look. It's terrible. I mean, the way that I'm experiencing it's undeniably terrible. There's just energy work that they're inspiring right now. There is an odd cloud of electrical energy all around you, and so I'm doing work to... Does it make your skin go numb, or is it just preventing you from having a natural energetic flow? It looks like blue lightning bolts, and you are in an electrical cloud. It's from head to toe, and it's all around you. It's like a storm. You can't get positive energy flows with that because it has a zappy feeling to it. It could even create a numbing sensations or paralysis or whatever. I'm still understanding its meaning. It's not right. It needs to go, so I'm examining it, how I can remove it. You say, this is how you remove it. You cut my head off of this body and you put my head onto another body that works. That's what you say. And you're just being patient and relaxed. You're sharing, I don't know how to describe the energy I'm sharing with you. It has a patience, it has an acceptance quality to it. It's brown in color. It's kind of like dry wood, because it's not explosive, it's not derailing, it's not emotional. It's simple, and you cannot spark anything from dry wood. Like electricity and dry wood don't mix. But the energy is in this way. And it's a version of a sound that sounds like acceptance. And it also sounds like patience and acceptance. There's a communication here about life itself, the life experience from the beginning to the end of a life, and transitioning. from one lifetime into another lifetime. And your soul is quite aware of its choice to have this very unique and specific experience. It's not exactly fun to endure it, but the soul is more profound because of it. And it is honored and respected by many souls because of it. As human beings, we don't feel the reverence of what we endure to get through a lifetime. We don't feel that reverence until we experience the completion of the life, and then we know, we understand everything. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of reverence for your soul over your choice to have this experience. You get to decide if that helps or not, but there is a very beautiful gift of energy that's being shared with you in order to help you have acceptance and be able to tolerate the experience better. I'm actually experiencing you again, and as I experience you, I fill you from the inside out with this very specific energy. As I fill you with this energy, there's some bursts of energy coming out of the heart portal, just old energy releasing. I do still feel fluctuations where, okay, we are experiencing the acceptance energy, and then once some of that fills you up, there's a clap and just a frustration energy again. So it's good. I'm allowing you to continue to release out this frustration energy. So I've got more room for more of this acceptance energy. There's some energy work I'm sharing with the heart. It's an energetic heart, but it's also the physical heart. Out of the heart, I pull out a very heavy lead spherical ball. You show me this part of yourself kind of on that pulley contraption, arms above the head, and you're just kind of hanging there like you are clothes on a hanging line. So we take out the laundry and then just hang it up to dry. And that's what this looks like. And so now there's what it's as big as a watermelon what comes out, and it looks like a watermelon. Out of the heart portal area. It's turning into a really long line. It's like sausages connected, one after the other, but they're as big as watermelons. Coming out of this heart right here is coming out like rope. It's like you have clothes and you're knotting them together, in order to create a rope to get you out of the top of the tower window or something. But instead, they're massive, like watermelons. So it's just pulling them out. I reached the end of the line, and it's sort of at the last part of it, the rope just kind of comes out, and there's like a black jelly coming out behind. You're still hung up to dry. You just feel weak. You don't, it's not for you to have the arm strength or the leg strength to walk around. Again, you show me what is a projection of, it's like a dark mucus, and it just kind of hawks out of this your entire body. Just there's just it's just a hawk of gooiness. And it comes out, and again, it's attached to like strings attached to you. You see something here. It looks like it's a really sharp point coming out of a vertebrae closer towards the upper back. Like in between the shoulder blades. I mean, it looks like they show in Jurassic Park, like the raptor nail is just super long and kind of curved like that. It just looks like it's coming out of the back, like a thorn. But it looks like a dinosaur nail or something. And underneath the skin, there's just some version of you. Kind of looks that like a dinosaur with sharp teeth and everything, just underneath the skin. I mean, and it's getting zapped or like kind of electrocuted on the inside. It's kind of another reflection of just feeling really angry and just forced to be contained. Imagine the dinosaur just being forced to be in a hospital bed. It just does not. This is not acceptable. It instinctively needs to be able to run around and go eat other dinosaurs and do its thing with its nails. It's not right. I mean, it's sort of that momentum of energy contained. And that's it. I am literally sucking out the goo that creates the dinosaur image. I'm just pulling it out like an energy being pulled out. It's coming from the face region, just pulling it out. And it shows itself, it just turns into like kind of a red, silky cloth of energy I'm just pulling out. And that is pulling out the reflection of this sort of contained dinosaur. It's like blood or something that also is sort of looks like a silky red sheet. You show me you're tied to a chair. Literally, it's a chair, and your wrists are tied to it, and I don't know, you keep rocking forward, but the chair itself rocks forward like it's gonna dump you out, but you're tied to it. You just want to break everything. Again, there's just a really angry, frustrated experience you're having. I'm allowing that angry energy to, again, you need to be able to release this naturally. So I'm allowing that to happen here. I'm just letting you just be as mad as you want to be. Just get it out. I'm like going down a throat or something. It looks like the inside of a body, and there's a tunnel, and it's like a tongue attached to is the ground. I mean, I'm like in a car inside of a tunnel, and it looks like the inside of a mouth that goes just into the. It's just a continual tunnel, though. But it looks like the inside of a body. It doesn't look like a road. It doesn't look like your average tunnel. It's not like a cave walls. It looks like the inside of a body. I'm going to a much darker space now. There's a lot of old, congested, dark energy in here. There's a shaking rumble about this place. I'm in here. Nothing on the outside can get inside here. You have to go inside to get to it. This is a big deal. I'm just allowing heavenly light to enter into this space and purify it with love. What creates dark, contaminated, poisonous, toxic spaces? Absence of love is what does that. There are a lot of there's reflections of faces that are sunk in, reflections of bodies that can't move, reflections of decay, reflections of giving up and not being able to give up because heaven won't let you yet or something. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like 100 faces and bodies in here, and none of them are able to move. They just kind of moan a lot. And they just feel lifeless. They feel disturbed. They feel unable to change their reality. They feel trapped. They feel contained. I merge all of the bodies into one, and you get really mad at me for that. There's a reason why you keep them all separated. It feels more comfortable to keep all of these reflections separated. It's too much for you to hold this burden as all in oneness. I'm telling you, the only way to heal this burden is to blend it together and then allow it to just purify naturally. Because you cannot just keep separating, you cannot keep fragmenting off your soul and expecting that to heal. It's like you having a cut and then continuing to jab into it and cut. It just keeps festering it. Splitting it off, I feel how it feels a little bit more tolerable that way. And then merging it together, it's like, oh my God, 100 sick faces just blended into one super sick face. And it's mine. It's like too much reality. But that's why I was asked to come here. You are so upset, and you're really, I did this for you, and you have to tolerate and accept that this is who you are. No amount of splitting yourself off 100 times is going to alter or change the fact that this is who and what you are. It's unbearable. That's constantly the message. That's constantly the experience. When I share this patient acceptance energy, things are becoming more tolerable, right? But it's only for so long before the frustration kicks in again. There's some moments where you could really feel love inside of you, and that love actually helps you feel healed for a time, and then it just feels frustrating again. It just feels really frustrating, and it's intolerable. And then sometimes you have days where it's like you can accept it, but then it just seems like those days are fewer. The days where you just feel the love inside and the days where you can accept are just fewer than all the frustrating times. You have no choice but to either A, be frustrated, or choose to just allow it to be what it is, choose acceptance, and then just choose to love. Love others and love yourself. That's the hardest thing you could ask anybody who feels the way you do. Ask them to choose to love the experience. That's why you're frustrated, because you cannot choose to love the experience. It's hard. It's just not acceptable. But yet that is the one way to tolerate it the most. I'm filling this space with that energy. The ability to choose to love, accept, and just know life happens as it is meant to. And your soul is very quite revered for this experience. You're standing up now. In this space, you look like a strong man. That feeling of overwhelmingness isn't there. You're actually okay being solidified as one reflection. The room is sort of being pulled in a net and pulled up towards the ceiling. I'm going to tell you what, Milos, there's instantly, I don't know how many souls here. They're all coming in as sparkly dust. And there's just like hundreds of arms wrapped around you, giving you hugs. And all these sounds of hearts beating, spirit from the spirit realm, and just so much love just pouring into you. Holding you, pouring into you, and it's coming from a sparkle dust that is surrounding all of you. And just, Milos, we love you so much. We love you so much. Kants, it just will not stop holding you. Wanting you to feel the energy inside of your beating heart. Inside of your mind and thoughts. Inside of your body. To know that that is real. Real love. True love. Filling you and not giving up on you and never leaving. And really genuinely caring about you. Caring about you. There's a lot more caring about you. It's hard to acknowledge when life is hard, but there's a lot of caring about you going around. A lot of it. Allow yourself to really acknowledge it and feel it inside, and that will help too. That's what they're saying. They're shifting the energy, and I'm allowed to step back now. So that's all I can share with you today, Milos. So thank you. Thank you for another opportunity to share healing with you in your life. It really means a lot to me, and I just want the best for you. All right, for those of you watching, if you're interested in experiencing spiritual healing or psychic wisdom with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.